But before we jump in, talk to me about the rules of writing outbound copy.
Yeah, so I think and generally speaking, there's messaging, which is kind of formulaic in a way, like who's my target? What is their life situation, their day to day? What do they complain about? And that's foundational. And then there's copy, which is an art form, really. So like everybody here who's listening has probably written copy to some degree. Maybe it's worked, maybe it hasn't. So everything I say is based on things that really works for us. At Modern Outbound, we run lots of campaigns for a healthy client base. So we try to use the data, the first party data that we get on this. So, you take things, you could take them literally, you could take it with a grain of salt, but just sharing what works. I think in general, what I've seen work really well is getting beyond like the words on the page. Like, yes, you want to keep things really short and to the point, and you don't want to overwhelm the reader, right? Because when people feel like they can't finish something, they're probably not going to even start. So they're going to probably look to like the left side of the page maybe and scan down. They're going to look for the white space to see if can I get a quick essence of like what this is and decide if I should take action. But I think the biggest thing when you send an email to somebody or anything that's cold, there's like three things that happen. They say, am I safe right now? Like, is this person a scammer? Right? That's like the thing.
Is there a virus here?
Yeah. Is there a virus? Like, is this email legit? Is this a legit sender? Like, they don't even know they're asking that question. It's just programmed. It just happens. Then they say, do I trust this person? So they might scan the copy. Does this look spammy? Are there like a lot of bolded words with links? Like, are they saying they're going to guarantee stuff? Things are free. There's like lots of emojis and percentage signs. And they're like, if your copy looks like that, you're probably not going to pass that like trust test. They're going to say, all right, this is just another kind of like used car salesman or, spammy insurance salesman. Nothing against insurance salesmen, but they'll write emails like that.
You get the general
pass
persona.
that point. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the third thing, if you can pass the safety, right? You could pass the trust. I trust this person. Then they ask, okay, can this person help me? Like, can this person actually help me? And that is when you get into the actual like written word of like, what is the messaging that pops off the page? So try to get there as quickly as possible, I guess is what I'm saying. Brevity, they need to be able to read it quickly. They need to know that you're competent. And I think this is so I'll go through the 4 or 5 that like really drives a lot of our copy. Brevity, competence. Are you using insider language, which is kind of connected to competence in a way? Are you disrupting the pattern? Like, have they seen this email 60 other times today? And do you sound like a human being, right? So even if you had 1 or 2 of those things, it's probably not good enough. You kind of need all those things for them to say, wow, I'm going to jump out of whatever I'm doing today and I'm going to respond to this. I think those are the big principles, right? I think the mistake that people make in writing copy, and maybe it's because people writing it are like entry level and maybe they don't really trust themselves and they've been tasked to do this and it's like a little bit above their pay grade, but they don't exude competence like in the actual email itself. Like, or it doesn't sound peer-to-peer. Kind of feels like I'm this like entry level person that's like speaking up to you and like I hope you respond. Like I hope we can have a conversation here.
Please.
That first impression is critical. Please. Yeah, please respond to me. It's like a neediness that like you've seen those emails. Like they jump off the page, right?
Yeah. Or it's the guy who doesn't stop talking. Like the salesperson, you're like, you see him at, Best Buy and you're like, hey, how's it going? Can I help you? And you're like, no. And they're like, okay, cool. I'm just going to keep going. You're like, this is not what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a little too much too soon.
Yeah. If I see that in an email, I'm like, it's that guy.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. They're going to judge you really quickly in the same way. There's a lot of psychology behind this, obviously. Like people are going to make first impressions about you when they meet you at a party, when they read something that you wrote. Whatever that first impression is, whether it's a written word or in person or on the phone, like they're making a judgment call very quickly. If you sound needy, if you sound entry level, if you're like, it's going to be hard. You better have something really good, like a brand new free car, like in the garage that you can like show them a picture of. Mm-hmm. So that first impression is critical. And insider language is a really, really big one. So that's just the other principle here is how do they phrase their problem?
Mm-hmm.